General Conference was awesome.
Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up.
Hey guys, this video is a recap of General Conference October 2018, all summarized for your viewing convenience. There were a lot of rumors going around before this General Conference, especially after the last General Conference, which was President Nelson's first conference, and he made like 3 or 4 big announcements. In fact, there was even a General Conference rumor bingo that many of you probably saw. But for those waiting for a big announcement, you didn't have to wait very long. The biggest announcement of the whole weekend was made in like the first 5 minutes of conference. President Nelson speaks first. And when you know that President Nelson is speaking first, something's going to be announced. President Nelson talked about the importance of a home-centered church. In fact, there was a moment there I thought he was going to just cancel church altogether. So President Nelson hands off the ball to Elder Cook, and Elder Cook makes the announcement. 2-hour church. A 60-minute sacrament meeting, down from 70 minutes, or if a high counselor was speaking, down from about 90 minutes. And then there's a 10-minute passing period, and church will end with a 50-minute class. On the first and third Sunday, it would be regular old Sunday school. On the second and fourth Sunday, it's priesthood, relief society, young men's, young women's. And then the fifth Sunday, if there is one, is up to the bishop. And all this is part of the church's focus on home-centered, Christ-centered living. Many people are excited about this. I'm excited about this for many different reasons, but I think it's going to be very effective. It's going to help families with kids. It's going to help condense what goes on at church. Also, when you ask your friend to come to church with you, you don't have to say, hey, want to come to church with me for 3 hours? So that's a bonus too. Another big talking point of the whole conference was President Nelson's Sunday morning talk, when he spent the whole time talking about the name of the church. Many people thought this was going to be the session that President Nelson talked about 18-month missions. Missionaries will now be serving in China. The second coming happening next week. He didn't announce any of those things. Instead, he spent his whole talk talking about an announcement he already made a little while ago about members of the church using the correct full name of the church, which is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The name of our church is a huge mouthful, and President Nelson talked about how important it is that our mouths are full all the time whenever we're talking about it, which is going to cause a lot of websites, even websites ran by the church, to have to go through a revamping or a name change just to focus more on the name of the Savior. Because whose church is it? It's not Mormon's church. It's not the LDS church. It's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. What's the name of the church, Logan?
The Church of Christ of Latter-day Saints.
It couldn't be more clear than that. The last probably big announcement that was made was the construction of 12 new temples. 12. That is crazy. It is an unprecedented amount of temples being announced. There's never been more than 9 temples announced before, and now 12 temples were announced. And they're all over the world. They're on islands.
Auckland, New Zealand. San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Apparently nobody cared about the announcement of one in, I think, Washington County, Utah.
Washington County, Utah.
Another big thing was that there was no priesthood session. And a women's session of General Conference was all about service. And then President Nelson challenged the women of the church to a 10-day social media fast. The important thing is that social media isn't running your life. You're not spending your time just browsing for the sake of browsing when you could be doing so many other good, productive things, like service, reading scriptures, focusing on the home-centered church. Now let's go over the general themes of all the talks that were given that weekend. There were 7 talks about life's challenges and overcoming or being healed from them. It seems that the Lord really wants us to understand during these trying times that he gets what we're going through. There were 5 talks on the Savior's name specifically. Of course, President Nelson's talk, and then a couple other talks on taking the Lord's name upon us and what that means. And then there are about 4 or 5 talks about service or ministering. That means the 3 big takeaways from conference are life's hard, have Christ in the center of your life, and serve others. There you have it, a quick general conference, October 2018 summary. It was an awesome conference, one that I'm going to look forward to studying for the next 6 months until the next conference, when they'll announce that all missionaries have to serve 5-year missions. I'm Joey Massio, the Latter-day Youth Coach, and remember, grab life by the morals.
This could be the best day ever. No, I ain't wasting no more time.